Hello guys, welcome back. And on today's video, we are going to talk about Uber business. Why, as a client, it takes too long for an Uber driver to reach you after you have requested. And also on this video, we are going to talk as a driver, why you are getting rides from a long distance, like 2 kilometers, sometimes even 3. What is happening? What has changed in the industry? And why is it that customers are canceling a lot and even the drivers are canceling a lot? So first of all, number one, we are going to start with the why clients are getting it difficult to get a ride next to them, closer to where they are. So the main thing here is that the business, how the business works and how the companies has lowered their prices. So with the low prices, we have drivers who are resisting the prices, number one. But that's not the case. Even if they resist, if there is a lot of cars on the road, you will still get the next one. So the main thing is that investors are running away from this business. Since 2020, let's say 2020, since the corona, the investors have run away from this business. In fact, what has kept this business moving is the fact that we have so many ways of getting cheaper car loans. The cheap car loans, but they are expensive when it comes to monthly payments. So these cheap loans are so tempting to Kenyans because every Kenyan, it is a dream to drive a car. So most Kenyans have always gone for these cars from these companies, the likes of Mogo, you have seen them. But so the problem comes when the prices are very low. The moment the prices are very low and you are also a father, you have a family, you want to push this heavy loan, plus also you have your bills, it becomes very difficult for you to sustain the business or either your house. So what happens? What happens now is that you will now lose the car to the auctioneers. So once you lose the car to the auctioneers, and also there is a backlash, what do we call it? There is also the investors, the real investors. Uber used to have investors who are investing in this business in cash. Someone will buy 10 cars and give them to drivers for something in the evening. But today it is not easy for these people. And also to the drivers who are done with their loans. Let's say the car owners, those who own their own cars, these cars are very old. And what we are doing with the cars here is a lot of work that old cars cannot sustain. So you have your own car, you will use it this week, next week you are at the garage, and sometimes even you will fail to maintain these cars. Many people, I know many drivers who have failed to maintain their cars, and they end up going back to partners or going for another loan that ends up at those cars, they end up with the auctioneers. So we have right now there is a shortage of cars. There is a shortage of cars within the Uber industry. And those who are now surviving are the loans. Those who have loans, but they feel that they can go an extra mile so that they may end up having those cars. But it's not easy for them also. So you will realize that if a client requests a cab, at some point you will be given a driver who is almost completing a ride, who is 2 kilometers away from completing a ride. You understand? And most customers, they are not used to this behavior, this system. They are not used to it. They used to feel like there is a lot of cars. So the moment a driver is delaying, they cancel. But right now, if you cancel, let's talk of TRM. You cancel it at TRM. You cancel someone along TRM Drive. The next driver you will find is on Lumumba Drive. The next one, Mirema. The next one, Kasarani. The next one, now maybe Githurai. That's how it works. So if you are a client right now who want a ride, a cab ride, you will have to wait a bit. You have to be patient. Also, this one also brings me back to something like calls. We have these clients that when you don't call them, they cancel automatically. So if you are this client, it will not be easy for you, because most clients, most Uber cars, most cars that you will be getting, they have clients already. They are almost dropping. They are a kilometer away from dropping, or there are some, these people, they are some meters away from dropping. So you will have to wait for this Uber taxi, this guy to drop a client. And also to the driver, it won't be easy for the driver to call you because they are on a ride. This guy is driving, so he will not call you. So if you are this client who is expecting a call, or you cancel, you will cancel and get the next one far distance from here, from where you are. Also, now let's talk of drivers. There is a bit of resistance from the drivers. Drivers are refusing these prices. Imagine working for, let's say, 1,000 for 28 kilometers. 28 kilometers means sometimes Kasarani to Kitengela. That means almost 2 liters or even 3 liters. 2 liters, 3 liters, that's how much? That's something like 400 to 600. So you have spent almost half of what you are earning on fuels. So most drivers are resisting, and also most clients are cancelling, hoping that they will find the nearest ride possible, or the loyal drivers possible. So this is also something that is happening a lot, and things are changing. And the investors. Now let's talk also about the investors. Those who used to buy cars and invest here. I knew of a person who had about more than 10 cars on this business. But today, and the guy also had his own garage. He had his own garage, so maintenance was not his problem, only the spares. But the guy ended up quitting the business because the cars are, this job is, let's say it's spoiling the cars, because you will end up on rough road, the streets everywhere, and these cars, they are expensive. The spares are so expensive. So by the end of the day, you realize that you have done nothing. You have spent everything on maintenance. So those people, the investors, quitted, and some of them, those who have failed to quit, their cars are very old, that the cars cannot sustain the business. So we have few cars on the road, few new cars that are surviving, but they are loans. So since Bolt reduced the prices, I think after the maandamano, the Gen Z maandamano, I think there is a lot of cars that are gone with the auctioneers. A lot. I think a lot of cars. I can assure you. I'm very sure. I know of about 10 people, or even more, that used to have their own cars through loans, but now they don't have them. This is why sometimes I'm always bitter to tell people here about finances. So we have few cars on the road. The business is tough. There is a lot. I think even the companies, they know very well, they can see the numbers on the road. This is not just about drivers and investors. Even the companies, they know. They can see the numbers of cars on the road, and even the drivers on the road. Because today, even if you are looking for a car to work with, you cannot get a new car. It's not easy unless you have been working with that person for a while and the guy decides to buy you another car. But to find someone who has just gone direct to Mombasa or even anywhere to buy a new car and give it direct to Uber, it is not easy. Also, the content about the business. The business is full of so many things that is costing a lot of things are changing. So if you are a client, to the clients, to the customers, I will say that your patience will give you a ride. If you are not patient enough to wait, it's up to you. You will request until you find yourself with a matatu. Or if not, I don't know, but it won't be easy right now. Mostly that we are going to December. We are going for the festive season. So the cabs will be very, very busy. So to those who are not patient, it will be very tough for you. Because I've seen it even in busy areas like town. You will get a ride from a distance. Drivers are getting rides from a distance. So as a driver, you will just calculate this ride is going to TRM from town at 350 or 400. And this 400, I'm coming from Kirinyaga Road to Tirum to pick this client, but at the same time, there is a traffic. So it's a 50-50, these clients may fail to wait. So what the driver will do is that the driver will cancel the ride. The moment the driver cancels the ride, it goes to the next driver who is also in Gara. So the distance keeps growing the more the drivers resist the ride. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Please subscribe, give us a like, and please support our channel. Thank you.